So what is it that causes us to want more and more of something, that creates that addictive behavior? What is social media and casinos and video games figured out that causes and compels human behavior? Well, the cool part is it's no mystery. There's actually a predictive formula for how to cause someone to want more and more of something. I was recently reading a book called Hooked, and it lays out exactly what casinos and video games and social media have figured out that causes people to move into addictive behaviors. And what's fascinating is that there are certain women who do these behaviors naturally. And so today I'm going to share with you 3 behaviors that can cause your man to become addicted to you. Check it out. Hey there, my name is Matt Boggs, and I'm the founder of the Love and Relationships Division of the Brave Thinking Institute. And our mission is empowering people to create and live lives they love living. And that includes your love life. So if you like this video, I encourage you to click that subscribe button and click the little bell notification, because every week we bring you videos to empower you in your love life. Now, I know the word addiction usually has a negative connotation when you're addicted to drugs or addicted to a behavior that's destructive. But you can also become addicted to behaviors that are constructive, that are actually life-giving. Healthy habits like eating healthy or exercising, or love in and of itself. And so as you hear these 3 behaviors, I encourage you to use them for good in your life. Use them to help expand and support the love that you're giving and receiving with your man. So the first behavior that draws men to you and want to spend more and more time with you, to think more and more about you, to be with you, is it feels good. Now, what feels good to men isn't exactly the same as what feels good to women on a generalized scale. When I ask women in my coaching program to close their eyes and visualize the relationship that they would love, and then describe to me how they feel in that relationship, almost always there's 2 emotions associated with that, is that they feel safe and they feel secure. And it's fascinating because when you ask men to close their eyes and visualize being in the relationship and how they would love to feel, you'll be hard pressed to find a guy that says, I want to feel safe and I want to feel secure. The vast majority of men are not saying that. Why? Because generally speaking, a woman moves in and through the world. She's got safety on her mind. She doesn't feel safe. She's not feeling 100% secure. Men, on the other hand, have no comprehension of that for the most part. For the most part, they're feeling safe. For the most part, they're feeling secure. What a man will say, what he wants in a relationship is fun. What feels good to a man in a relationship is fun. The more fun you're creating, the more fun you're having together, the more he's likely to become addicted to that experience, because the better it will feel. The more he feels good, the more of those experiences that he will want. So when you're hanging out with your man, notice what percentage of the interaction are things that are fun in nature, lighthearted, life-giving, expansive, versus drama or depressing topics, critical topics, heavy topics. Those things, while it might feel like you're going deep and forming a bond and connection with him over those topics, what you're missing is the fun aspect. And the good news is you can create fun just by focusing on it. We have a value of we create joy, laughter, and fun in all aspects of our life. So when you dial up the fun, you will dial up his desire for you. The second behavior is investment. You see, as human beings, we are wired up to value what we put effort into. In fact, the Harvard Business Review studied the Swedish furniture maker IKEA, and they coined a term called the IKEA effect. And check this out, this is fascinating. So apparently, IKEA has you assemble your own furniture, and that's one way that they keep their prices low. But what they found out is that people who assembled their own furniture actually went into what's called cognitive bias, where they have a disproportionately higher value on the furniture because they made it. In other words, they desire it more because they invested in making it. And so you take 2 pieces of furniture, one that the person made, one that the person didn't make, that they will pay more money for the furniture that they make than the furniture they don't make. And IKEA gets to save money because they don't have to make the furniture. They let their customers make it. This was mind-blowing for business owners. And the same thing is true in relationships, that when you put an investment in something, you value it more. The same way that you value a relationship that's longer more than you value a relationship that's shorter. Why? Because you've got more invested. You've got more time invested, emotional connection invested, more investment all the way around. So how can you invite a man to invest into the relationship? Easy. By holding standards. Your standards are opportunities for investment. You get to decide your standards. You're the highest authority, but every standard that you have, a standard where you say, this is what's required to kiss me. This is what's required to take me on a date. This is what's required before these other things happen. As he makes investments and earns his way to the date with you, to the kiss with you, to spending the night with you, all of that investment actually causes him to value the relationship between you even more than he would if he didn't put that investment in. And that's what's key. And so you can say things like, it takes a really special man to win my heart. Or if he wants to go straight to a date and you've not even talked on the phone yet, you can say, I'm up for a date, but why don't you give me a call, and if we get along on the phone, then we'll meet up in person. Or if he wants to spend the night and sleep together, you can say, I'm reserving that for someone with whom I'm in a committed relationship, and we're not quite there yet. So you're holding your standards, and every time he makes these investments into the relationship, his desire for you goes up. Now, if you want some support in identifying exactly what your standards are and some great language for how to communicate those standards, I'll post a link to a resource in the comment section below or in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it's to a course that I teach called Manifest Your Man, and that's one of the things that we go in depth in that course, and I think you're really gonna love it. So if that resonates with you, go ahead, click that link and check it out. And this brings me to number 3, which is rewards or variable rewards. Now, I want to put a disclaimer on this one, is that you should never feel obligated to give your man a reward that you're uncomfortable with, or that you feel guilted into or shoulded into, like you should give this to him. No, rewards should be something authentic that you feel good about giving your man and he feels good about receiving. So that said, this is what makes the investment worth it. This is the payoff. This is the reward that your man receives from making these investments. That then creates this pleasure loop. You see, he's having fun, he's putting in investments, then he gets a reward for that, and he's having more fun, and it just creates this beautiful feedback loop where he wants more and more and more of this. So now, what kind of thing could be a reward for your man? What do you think? Well, most often women will go straight to sex. They'll say, sex is a reward, or some sort of sexual reward, like a great wet kiss, from anything from a kiss to making love. And well, yes, that is a great reward, of course, because men love sex. There are other kinds of rewards as well. Psychological rewards, right? Emotional rewards. And there's almost nothing more valuable that your man wants than validation and appreciation. So when you acknowledge him for something that he's done, where you say, hey, thank you so much for driving all the way across town to take me out. That really means a lot to me. Or he's giving you a hug and you say something like, you make me melt when I'm in your arms. He's going to love that. These psychological, these emotional rewards are absolutely fantastic. And so remember, we said rewards, which can be right after he does something nice for you, and variable rewards, which means a reward when he's not even expecting it. So let's say the two of you are committed with one another, you're enjoying this beautiful, exclusive relationship, and so you decide to send him a sexy pic of you. And you're like, hey, check this out. Just thinking about you, can't wait till you get home. He wasn't expecting it. Boom, that's a massive reward for him. Or some sort of compliment. Hey, I appreciate you being my man. I value you so much. You're amazing. Amazing text to send. Those variable rewards trigger that reward response, feels pleasurable, and he wants more of that. So when you ignite fun, when you help him invest in the relationship and then provide that reward, that is a feedback loop that he's gonna want more and more and more of. Now, my question for you is, what have you discovered causes a man to want to be with you more and more and more, that addiction feeling in the relationship? Go ahead and post that in the comment section below. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.